Welcome back into our coverage, SEC Media Days 2024 from Dallas, Texas. Third team in this afternoon as we continue on this Tuesday. The Oklahoma Sooners, they make their debut at SEC Media Days as they join the SEC this year along with Texas. I always find it humorous since the announcement of Oklahoma and Texas coming to the league, how some of the folks around the SEC, the media types, when they want to question somebody from Oklahoma or Texas, they kind of treat them like they're Stephen F. Austin or some Division II program joining the league. I mean, Oklahoma and Texas, you're talking about two of the biggest brands in the history of college football. For example, Oklahoma, 700 wins from 1946 through last season. That is the most of the modern era. 7 Heisman Trophy winners, 167 first team All Americans, 7 national championships, 50 conference championships, 31 bowl wins. A lot of the questions to Brent Venables and players from the SEC fan base media is about playing in SEC stadiums as if Oklahoma's not used to playing in front of big crowds. They have a stadium that seats over 80,000. The point is, I think Oklahoma can handle itself. I think Texas can handle itself in the SEC. I don't think anybody should question the quality of those programs. Venables, of course, we know him well from his time at Clemson, going into his third year. A rough start, 6-7. Better last year at 10-3, 0-2 in bowl games. So he's 16-10 overall. How about this stretch of a schedule involving the SEC? They're going to play Tennessee, Auburn, Texas, South Carolina, October 19th in Norman, Ole Miss, Missouri, Alabama, LSU. That's a stretch of SEC games for Oklahoma. They're really going to be tested both home and away with that schedule. So this Oklahoma team will have a new quarterback. Jackson Arnold is slated to be the guy. He was a backup last year. He was a Gatorade National Player of the Year, so he's got a lot of talent. In 7 games last year, 563 passing yards and 4 touchdowns. The Sooners averaged 42 points per game last year. That was a big improvement over 22. They also improved a lot on defense last year, allowing just 23 points per game. Coming back, they'll have their leading rusher in Gavin Sawchuk, 744 yards rushing and 9 touchdowns. 8 returning wide receivers who played a various amount of time throughout last season. Plus, they get a very nice transfer in Dion Burks from Purdue. So that'll be a bonus for them at wide receiver. They also signed some highly regarded freshman receivers. They've only got 8 total starts back on their offensive line, so that's a bit of a concern there. Inexperience on the offensive line. They did take 5 transfers for their offensive line. They lost 4 offensive linemen to the NFL. I mentioned the defense much improved last season. A couple of their standouts returning. Woody Washington, a 6-year corner, very, very good. Of course, their All-American linebacker, Danny Stutzman. Their defensive line is deep and experienced. So it looks like a Oklahoma team that's going to be heavy on defense, at least starting out until they see what they've got at quarterback, but with some tools on offense. But they've got to rebuild that offensive line. It's kind of a tough combo on offense, rebuilding an offensive line behind a inexperienced quarterback. So we'll see how that works out for Oklahoma. Not being talked about in terms of winning an SEC championship this year. Most of the conversation for Oklahoma has been about them being a middle-of-the-pack team in the SEC this coming season. Brent Venables won't stand for that. He'll try and ride these guys hard. And if his defense is really good and can get it done, and they can come somewhere near what they did last year offensively, they could certainly be a team to deal with this season. They're first in the SEC.